I just want people to know who you are.
All right, let's do it.
All right. What's up, guys? Welcome to another podcast. We are here with Xavier. He is one of our client success managers here at TVG. He handles a lot of the back end, and I really just want to understand, Xavier, what's been going through your mind the past couple months, some learnings that you have, sort of what you're liking right now, what you're seeing with clients, and, what people can expect working with us and what strategies sort of you're interested in and what you're pursuing right now. So maybe walk them through sort of what it is like as a client success manager here at TVG and what your sort of day to day looks like to start off with.
Yeah, hope everybody's having a great day. Thank you guys for tuning in. Honestly, I mean, it's a lot. We're obviously, still a relatively small company, but I think we're killing it so far. Been, a couple months for me so far with you guys. And I think it's really been just, very, very fast-paced things. That's something I've learned the most since just working in business in general is like you have to learn and problem solve like 24/7. Like if you're not looking how to fix problems that you either come across or you notice someone else on your team dealing with, you're really going to fall behind. So I know that, all of us on the team really always look out for each other and see where we can help each other improve. If there's a bottleneck on something, if we see an inefficiency, we get after it because that's, what's really going to help us scale. And I think just even since I've joined in the last 6 months, like we've leveled up a ton from what it was. And I think that's, showing in the level of clients we work with, the work we put out, and then how fast we're improving. I think that's one of our biggest kind of unique selling propositions as TVG is we are super super kind of on hands with the clients. We really like do a lot of stuff that other agencies wouldn't, and then also we just learn and adapt really quickly. Which with the how fast everything's moving with tech, I think is super beneficial. So yeah, I mean day to day CSM stuff. What am I not doing is the question, honestly.
Dude's clocking 12-hour days. Explain a little bit more too of like what you mean by we do everything for the client and how it's sort of different because you have worked at previous agencies as well. Uh, so explain like sort of the difference that people can see because I know a lot of people, whenever they hear agencies, we like to frame ourselves as like growth partners
Yeah.
because a lot of corporate agencies really just aren't it. Sort of
Yeah.
explain like the differences that you've seen with like us being a growth partner versus just like a typical corporate agency.
Yeah, so with that, I think it's definitely like, obviously there's a scope of, hey, we're working together with you to do ads or email, but it's a lot more than that. It's the daily communications, it's the late night calls, early morning messages, extra communication, going above and beyond on, building out anything you need help with. And I think, whether it's an ads agency that solely does the ads, doesn't really, I think we really shine in just helping the client across the board. So even if you're just an email client, we're going to help you figure out how can you improve conversion rate on your website? How can your content level up? How can, your branding level up? It's almost like full strategy growth. And I agree, you guys are like, I mean, we are a growth agency versus just like a marketing. Hey, we do ads for you. We do stay on our own little ship. It's like we're really trying to embed ourselves within your team, whether you're a small team, whether you're a big team. And I think that's really where we shine is with that client communication and just becoming like true partners with somebody.
Yeah. So really what I want this podcast to be, and really my goal is really highlighting like the online coaching and then like especially like fitness coaches. And I know right now we're working with a couple fitness coaches and we've seen really good results. I sort of want you to walk through. I know we had the Jason Brown testimonial and stuff. Walk us through how we're able to achieve success because you're the one that's in the day to day. You're managing the ads. You know, you're sort of the master of it right now, since you are the CSM uh, for them. So maybe walk through how they're able to like what it looked like when we started with them to how they're able to achieve, $100,000 months now.
Yeah. Yeah. So with that, I mean, there were a handful. It was definitely we found a couple things that worked and like quadrupled down on them. So really just getting started with them, a couple months back, it was testing out a bunch of new things, really just it was starting from scratch. So really was testing different stuff for all the different funnel levels, variety of different content, variety of offers. Of course, majority of stuff is focused on new customer acquisition. And our offers and strategies have definitely evolved a lot over the months. Going from just a general free trial offer for, top of funnel, realizing, hey, that may not convert super well for someone that's brand new, doesn't even know the brand. So, hey, let's focus on more just building awareness with the brand, producing, providing someone valuable content that has no kind of friction. We're not asking them for emails, we're not asking them for any, payment. We're just giving them value. And then you can, double down on them and retarget them with actual, a lead magnet, get their contacts. The companies we work with have some really in-depth just back-end funnels, which is super beneficial. That's really where, having lead magnets is valuable because we can get you, hundreds of leads, but if you don't have the proper systems on the back end to upsell them, to nurture them, then all those leads are really going to be for nothing. So that's something, working with the right people is super helpful. That just makes, our job easier, their job easier. I think it's a perfect, like with Jason Brown, it's a perfect fit where they kill it on the back end. We kill it on the lead gen, especially. Um, but yeah, I mean, obviously we had that, super shining month last month that you had the interview on, the 50K, which was awesome to see. And that was really just pretty much doubling down on what worked over Black Friday. We saw, great results with some just general digital product offers. And then we really just focused on constantly optimizing that and, different packages, different framing. But, we saw specific types of ads winning. Let's double down on that. We saw specific types of copy winning. Let's double down on that. Audiences, same thing. So really just looking at the data week to week and then looking at it month to month and acting based off that. But with something, especially with coaches, the biggest thing we've seen is like simple works. You don't need crazy, in-depth, highly edited content, simple graphics, simple videos, super organic looking stuff works really well. And then on the lead side, just really focusing on providing some super simple but low barrier to entry value. So a live webinar, some replays of a webinar in the past. So also trying to figure out, very low effort ways for the client to provide us stuff to work with. So, stuff they already have, content they have, webinar replays they already have, and then utilizing, different lead magnets for that. That's, been our focus lately is just focusing on leads, especially if a coach is more B2B focused. You really want to make sure that you're getting those top funnel leads, like hundreds of leads. We're, very happy with the cost per lead that we've been getting through a variety of different offers. But if there's anything, any advice for B2B, it's build a community of, if you're a coach servicing the coaches that are, a couple steps behind you, focusing on building a community where you can, over time upsell them to huge products. So obviously I know school's blowing up now. So they're doing school, whether you're doing Facebook group, that's really where, we'd recommend going. And then the B2C side is the digital products. 'Cause I mean, that's what's going to scale. So we've all heard the crazy success stories of, someone scaling one digital product to like 1 million a month. So that's the goal. But yeah, it's been good.
There's a lot to unpack there. I know, I know talking to a lot of fitness coaches, and I know the way that we work in the Grow Track is like we try to systemize everything and we try to like make, because if you have a great system, that's gonna lead to a better customer journey, and a better
Yep.
customer journey is gonna lead to higher LTV
Yep.
in your business. So for maybe a newer coach or someone that doesn't really, they may think that they have their back end dialed in. Walk us through like what that means, have a good back end systems. Like where do you start with that? Because there's a lot of people that don't even have like a CRM or anything, or they don't like, they're very unorganized. They just have, their one offer, they get them through warm audience, like they're coming to them, they hop on a sales call, they close them. What does that sort of look like actually building a business and building these systems and building your back end? And how do you start doing that?
Yeah. Yeah. So with that, I mean, obviously it depends on the platform, but the principles are going to be the same. So whether you're using Kajabi or Go High Level or School, you definitely want to have something that, allows you to do email, especially people think email's dead. It's definitely not. for a while. We're still going to see that. SMS is definitely great for something like e-com, but frankly, I still think that more B2B side of things, email is the way to go because we all know, business owners are all still checking their emails and that's what they use. So something like a Kajabi, something like a Go High Level is great. A CRM, to nurture with and connect with everybody. And when I'm talking about these backend systems, it's really going to be like your funnels. So having an in-depth email funnel for whatever you do. So let's say, you have a super simple lead gen offer top funnel to grow your Facebook group. So after you get someone's information, you want to make sure you have a long series of automated emails to, welcome somebody, give them some context about who you are, give them some, social proof, just like similar rules to ecom, just build those customer journeys on the back end for a lot of different purposes. And then from there, you have their contact info, you can build those kind of next phase. So the first flow is, get someone to know you, get them to trust you. Then you can provide some more context about what you offer. And then, especially as you develop, and you said, a lot of coaches have one offer. You have to
Yeah.
make sure time at least, like definitely dial that in, but also make sure that over time you do expand, make, a medium ticket, a high ticket offer where with those emails flows, with the live webinars you just have all these different ways to kind of plant that seed in the customer's mind of, hey, I'm providing you so much value. If you want to level up, beat those pain points you're missing out on, and reach the dream destination. These products, these services can help you. So building those emails, especially, I know we do it ourselves, and so many all successful businesses do it because it works. So pretty much if there's general rules like making sure that those automations replace anything you can do yourself or you just can't do at scale, right? So the day-to-day communications, if you're getting in dozens of leads a day, like you need something automated. You can't manually reach out to them. Even with the sales calls, like booking the sales calls, there's so much you can automate nowadays. With the times, A/B testing, like it's just using the data to see what works for your specific, customer prospects, and then just taking the time. And it's going to take some time to build properly, but a lot of it's going to be kind of one and dones that you just slightly tweak as you go, but that's going to save you so much time as you go on.
Yeah. I know you're talking about a lot of like building out the different offers and you talked about like the different tickets and stuff. Um, what I've been thinking about a lot is especially that sort of opened my eyes with Jason and Danny is that they rip their PDF programs, which is like crazy because I would look at like PDF programs that people were selling and I just thought it was like, you know, what is this? But once we actually saw the digital marketing side of it and how low of CACs we were getting to acquire, these people. And then I was thinking, okay, especially if you're looking to scale, you're obviously going to have to attract a cold audience. And if you're able to lead with a good enough low ticket offer to where you're getting customers for 10, 15, 20, even like $50 versus you're running your high ticket $1,500 offer to a cold audience, it's going to at least cost you two, three, four, $500 to acquire that customer. And then over time. So if you're able to dial in a low ticket offer that you're able to lead, it's not only going to get you more customers, but since you're getting more customers, you're going to have more demand for your high ticket and you're going to be able to raise prices, and raising prices, you're going to be working with better clients. So they're going to have a better, experience. They're going to get more results. And so it's sort of like a snowball effect. Because ultimately what I've been talking about is like the growth track framework is all based off of CAC and LTV. So if you're able to get acquired customers for as low as possible and then build out your products so well that you're able to have a sick customer journey and actually get people results and give more value than what they're actually paying you, that's how you're ultimately going to, make money at the end of the day. It's not just like a hustle. It's not just, and that's what working with Danny and Jason is so awesome, is because they actually have sick products that are just so valuable that it's just like, it's sort of clockwork for us. So maybe walk us through like sort of that strategy of like the framework being trying to get the lowest CAC as possible and increasing your LTV. Like what are some tips and tricks you can do to like do that?
Yeah. So, and something great about the digital products too is just, it's pretty much pure profit, right? Once you build them out, and that's where taking the time, similar, tying into the offer, take the time, make it good. That's agreed. One of the best things about Danny and Jason is like their products and their just knowledge and the value they provide to the market is something that people want. There's, thousands of coaches nowadays. The coaching industry is only growing by the day. So that's awesome. But also it's actually valuable stuff. So the good thing about digital products too is you can, discount them as much as you want. So whether it's doing a, sale for your warm audience to get them in the door, someone who's never bought before but is familiar, but just that price is a little too high for them to feel comfortable, offer them a discount, you're still making pure profit on that.
Well, and
Same thing.
then too, like if you're selling a high ticket, like that's what I've thought too. Like I know if you're a business owner watching this and you're on a sales call and you feel like you're having to force them to buy it, but then they have like obviously you want to objection handle, but then if like they're clearly not a fit for that high ticket and you have an awesome mid-level or low ticket
Yeah.
offer that's like, yo, dude, you don't have to buy like you
Yeah.
can you're gonna build that trust with them because it's like, oh, he's not just trying to sell me. Like he's actually gonna put me where I'm able to fit rather than just having your high ticket offer, pushing them to like close or discounting your prices. If you're able to like feed them into a community or something and give them so much value, that's how you're gonna build customer evangelist and like build that trust with your
Yeah.
customer.
Yeah, especially if you almost frame it in a way where you even, make it feel exclusive where like, hey, I don't even know, I don't think you're ready for this to save, you and I time and money. How about you try out this, hand training, guide first where it's a digital product or something that once again you built out and especially if your service is something that takes your time, it's like framing where, hey, this is the best, a win for both of us.
Yeah,
Start here, come back to me in, 3 months after you try it out. But yeah, so digital products, like it's good. You definitely don't want to, same with ecom. You don't want to over discount and then kind of lose the where people will only buy when it's discounted. But especially with same thing, new customers, if you dial in the, the avatar and the whole messaging and the marketing of it, you can definitely try some, some specific products, super high discount, 50% off, 60% off, 70% off to get that person in the door. And once again, that ties into those funnels you have built out where if you have them correctly built and you're, doing a B2C, let's get them in with a great product for a super big discount. And then the product itself, the value they'll get from it because it's that good, plus all your backend systems, get them in, to get results there. Okay, I'll buy this medium ticket thing. And then eventually, if
yeah.
you have a high ticket thing or a subscription service, that's where you get them in, down the line.
Exactly. Yeah. So, sort of touching on that and wrapping this up, like, what are some things that you're looking forward to with some of the, newer client, like you're looking to test and, like what are some things that are like exciting for you that you look forward to like testing?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to try out a lot of, different ways to build those audiences. So especially top funnel stuff. So whether it's different kinds of lead magnets that are very low friction. So, we've seen across a lot of businesses where even just simple name and email nowadays, a lot of people aren't that kind of ready to go in on it, or something like a free trial to a subscription. Like even putting in your credit card for a free trial, I'm assuming it's because people often forget. So now they're very hesitant of it because, like, I'm not going to remember to cancel this. I don't want to risk it. So, really pivoting the top of funnel stuff to just free content. So, literally running stuff that you organically ran. So, if you had some really good reels go on your Instagram, on your TikTok, then, using that to just give people, hey, this person gave me, 3 awesome tips and then you see another ad from them and another one, building that trust just like you would, nurture an organic follower. And then also making some really easy kind of lead magnets where it's just maybe your email. That's it, just to get a PDF delivered. Or even doing similar to the content, but like a carousel swipe post. You can do that, and that could either be whitelisted from your original post, or you could make a carousel within Facebook ads. So just trying out different ways to get on people's radar with the top funnel, and then trying out a little more kind of that the stuff that you typically would do top of funnel, where it's a lead magnet or a free trial. Trying that more middle of funnel after you've already given someone value, because once again, every single touch point someone has with your brand is either strengthening or weakening your relationship with them. So if you can hit someone 4 times with super valuable stuff entirely for free, by the time they see, hey, I can get this, free actionable guide from someone by just putting my name and email, I'm probably going to do that. So yeah, really excited to try out a lot of those.
Sweet. Well, do you have any questions for me? Are you pumped up for your first podcast?
Pumped up.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to this.
Thank you.
I'm excited. I'm going to get Xavier in more of these. I know he was sort of anxious to hop on this podcast, but I know he has a lot of value that he doesn't see that he has, but like he is able to crush it with all of our clients. So I really want him to like show the things that he's seeing, behind the scenes because he's really in the trenches with a lot of our clients. So really looking forward to more podcasts with you, Savi,
Yeah, a
and we
lot.
keep cranking them,
Emails,
baby.
tests, everything. Let's do it.
Let's go, baby. All right. Peace out, Savi.